555 Jacksonville.
I love Coach Cohen and the whole staff and everyone that's in, all the guys that were brought in free agency, just good dudes, good players too. But I really feel like we've done some great things this offseason.
Adding people who are intangibly rich. And Travis, in fact, as a player, is rare. But as a person, he's also rare.
Gets away from one and superhuman pick from Travis Hunter. Put the cape on him already.
I think he has a great career ahead of him, both sides of the ball. If he's the best DB, is he the best wide receiver? Who knows? But is he a great playmaker on both sides of the ball? Yeah. Yes, he is. And at the end of the day, when you're a team like, us right now, who's in that stage of we have to get it right now. We need the best playmakers on the field at all times. And if he can give you that value, let's do it.
We need to go win football games. And right now, am I optimistic? Absolutely. But I'm also realistic. Like, hey, let's not break our arms, patting ourselves in the back, how great things are going right now. Because ultimately, it's about winning football games, and that's what we're focused on.
1010XL 92.5 FM presents Jaguars Today with your hosts Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, and Dylan Denmark.
Hey, good morning to you, Duval County, and everyone who considers themselves Duval till you die. Training camp is officially underway. Tony Smith, Duval!
Duval, my friend, yeah.
Come on, bro. I need better than that out of you. Let's go, Duval!
Duval!
There we go. Quit making me snap like a trained monkey here. All right. I get a little fired up, Tony. It's first day of camp.
Yeah.
It's nice to see him on the field out there.
Football season has started.
You're welcome. Brought you a big fat breakfast right there.
Yeah.
I mean, fan came out, did himself, hooked us up with some stir-fried filet. Are you freaking kidding me? He's like, you want some filet mignon? Yeah, I do, as a matter of fact.
Is everyone saying no to that as they go by?
No one was saying no to that. But the dumb question. But I don't eat big breakfast at all, man. Just a little something. But could have used a little practice nap today, quite frankly. But saw the ball up in the air a little bit today and slinging it around. Young Denmark, how are you?
I'm excellent.
You bring your appetite today?
I am oatmeal, but I can still make some room.
All right. Oatmeal with your milk, or you go back to the water?
I did the water this morning because I made it here, but I saw fan cam got a shout out on the Jaguars Instagram. They had a whole pot. I said, my man is ready to roll.
Bro, I was right there. The two young ladies came up and said, hey, can we film you? And, and he hooked them up with chili and all that. I mean, he goes above and beyond, man. The chili is outstanding. The jasmine rice, Tony, is somewhere in the bottom of that container, right? Soaking in all the goodness. So that's all you in Denmark. I'll leave that to your own devices, how you're going to divvy that whole thing up. But Joshua Cephas making some nice plays, Tone. I was able to see. Look, hey, that's talking with Baselli today. He's like, look, man, you know who you can evaluate from what we've done so far. And you know who it is. It's quarterbacks, receivers, and defensive backs, right? Because it's glorified 7-on-7. And but in that setting, Joshua Cephas made some nice plays, made a good contested play where he came back to a ball. He was double covered up the left sideline and made what would have been a big chunk gain and then laid out. I would have had it at about 45 yards, right down the middle of the field, stretched it out. Got up, gave a little flex. He should have got up and ran to the end zone, Tony. He was untouched. But saw Dewey bust one up, deep ball to De'Ami Brown early on. That was double coverage. Some people think Dewey got away with a bump, but whatever, man. It's training camp, It
is, yeah.
It's nice to see you guys flying around out there.
No doubt. And look, it's certainly Joshua Cephas, I don't think, is in any danger of – I expect him to be on the roster.
Okay.
Right at this point. I expect him to be – I think it'll depend to some degree on what he can give him on special teams because that's what the fifth receiver has to be, for a football team, fifth and sixth, when you're talking about that kind of thing. We know what Parker Washington can give you on special teams, right? So he has some role in that regard for the football team if they want to use him that way. It's where can they get the most help from the other guys on the roster between Cephas and Trammell and those kinds of guys. Right, and that's where that fifth, sixth wide receiver is going to come down to. I don't know exactly what they envision Cephas being able to do on special teams, but it's day one of training camp. He's making plays. Good for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. I mean, and nobody's saying, I heard the guy, you guys talking there at the end in crosstalk. How long is it till we talk about we're going to be letting some good players loose, man? There's nothing we can do about it. I hope we can get it back on the practice squad. We always do that. We always over-evaluate what's right in front of our eyes. But, all you can do is go out there and make plays. Like, if you didn't know after Parker Washington, if anyone's in the lead, and they probably have a little pecking order in the coaching staff's mind for 5 and 6, Joshua Cephas stood out today. Parker Washington, by the way, made a beautiful sliding catch as well. Got some oohs and ahs from the crowd out there. Saw Travis Hunter catch one up the sideline, turn it up. Looked like it would have been a big gainer.
No gloves.
I don't know. I didn't notice. Is that
gloves? Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Honestly, those kind of details, man.
Yeah.
I had to remind myself. Travis Hunter's what? He wears 12? That's right. Yes.
It's one of the wildest things about the Hunter thing. It's that he does all he does and he doesn't wear gloves.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it feels like such a rare thing in today's NFL for a player to be out there doing any of that, right? Kind of thing. Receiver, corner, playing without gloves. How often do you see that kind of thing? And to do it the way he does it.
Right.
Like, it's so effortless watching him catch a football.
I mean, he's sticky hands, right?
It's
he plucks the ball right out of the air. Probably taking a note from Jorge Posada is my guess, Tony. Of course, I would not follow Jorge's method for toughening up his skin.
No.
Where he would just urinate on his hands was his
Learned
preferred
it from
method.
the Alous, yeah.
I guess. Is that what he did?
I don't know.
The Alou family?
I can remember that being a thing with the Alou
Is
family.
that right?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Matty, Felipe, all those guys. Jesus Alou. All right. So anyway, what else? Trevor, I thought, looked sharp throwing the football. And granted, this is not full pass rush bearing down in your face and all that kind of stuff. But, you observe what you observe out there. Obviously, we're all disappointed with Mason Smith not being able to be out there for the start of training camp. I can't get into all the details. This is not like a long-term concern here, and it's not a conditioning concern. All right, I'm told that Mason Smith has busted his ass all offseason, that any questions about professionalism, there shouldn't be, right? Like, he's done everything they wanted, participated in everything, given full effort. And so let's see what Liam Cohen has to say about the situation after practice today. And what else?
Who got the first carry?
You know what? It's funny because I looked, and they weren't doing full team, right? I probably missed who got the first carry, right? Because your head's spinning around, you're going all the different places. I saw Bigsby, and I'm like, is that the first carry? I can't be 100% sure. But I felt like Bigsby was definitely – he and ETN, I think, were interchangeable with the ones, was my impression. And I'm told, not that we didn't think this was the case, but, again, put it this way, wide open at that position.
Yeah.
The story has not even been close to being written as to what will transpire at the running back position to open the year as the year progresses and on and on.
We're still considering what to put in the preface for the running back position from a book standpoint.
And also, Anton Harrison. I'm curious about, Liam Cohen putting him on notice. And from what I gather, they think he's the one truly potential elite guy. I think what this is a case of, I would be surprised. And I would have been, I think, all along the way. I expect Anton to open the season as a starter.
Yeah.
And I think what they're recognizing is he may be the one guy on that team that has that, I don't want to say rare talent, but that near elite capability.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right? That you can envision this guy turning into one of the better players at his position for sure on that offensive line. And I just think it's a case of right now, unless we see different signs in the preseason, they're just demanding that he recognizes that in himself and takes advantage of every opportunity that he has.
Yeah, I think coming off what we saw the last year and a half, specifically in Jaguars football, with the way that things flipped on them and they couldn't just flip it back the other way halfway through 2023. And there's been a bunch of reasons for that kind of thing, but part of it has been, it does feel like there's been a lack of accountability somewhere, right? And it's hard to pinpoint exactly where it is. I think a lot of it got ran out of the building right, in this offseason when they're willing to change GM and head coach. Like, they did get around to that. Shaw did get around to it. Eventually, that's where things landed. But I think part of the Cohen being willing to call out one player, specifically the way he did Anton Harrison, I think it does speak more to, we expect this out of Anton Harrison. We're not seeing this out of Anton Harrison. It's not, this is a bad player that we had to tell him he needs to be a good player. It's a really good player that we expect to be great.
We see great moments. We want to see them every day.
It makes sense from the way that everything's been talked about in this offseason, considering how little of that kind of thing went on, that it would be that type of situation where it's more we expect you to compete in everything. Why aren't you competing in everything? Right? Like, it feels more like that kind of thing. We know if you compete, you'll win. Right? Like, it feels like that's the coach saying, we need you to win. And so they put it out there for him specifically, and we'll see the way he responds.
Yeah. I cautiously optimistic. It's always safe to be cautiously optimistic at this point.
No doubt.
People are not cautious on Trevor Lawrence based on today's Chad and Sandy real estate question of the day. The early returns threw this one out there during the early moments of training camp practice. Which of these milestones do you think is most likely to be achieved this season? These are individual marks that have not been reached by anyone currently on the roster, okay? Trevor Lawrence, will he throw 30 touchdown passes? Right now, half the votes going in Trevor's column. So they are backing their quarterback early on. So 30 touchdown passes. What is this high? 24, I want to say?
Yeah, it's 24-9. I think that it's 25-8.
25-8. Okay, 25. So that'd be a pretty significant jump, but we saw Baker Mayfield take a significant jump under Liam Cohen last year. Well, Brian Thomas Jr. have 1,500 receiving yards. Ooh. That's about the same percentage jump, really, because he was well over 1,200 last year. It's not hard to envision Brian Thomas having one of those special seasons. Well, Trayvon, I had to put the number high. I put him at 15 sacks, because if I put it at 12, I think everyone's voting for that. So will Trayvon have 15 or more sacks this year and really put himself in the ascendant upper crust of pass rushers with a third consecutive double-digit sack season? Or will any defensive player end up with 4 or more interceptions? Keeping in mind, this team had 9 total turnovers last year.
Yeah.
Never mind interceptions. So for one person to have that, do you think that is the most likely? That's your Chad and Sandy real estate question of the day. You can vote on that on Twitter if you would like, if you haven't already. Packed house out there, man. It's good to see. I know they ran out of tickets. Tickets are free, but make sure if you're planning on going out to any of these open practices, don't wait till the last second, right? And just go to Jaguars.com. You got to have it to get in. It doesn't cost you anything, but you can do it all right there at the team website. I saw Coach Campo out there, Tony. He's going to join us coming up here in, I don't know, what are we going to, 25 minutes, something like that, and get some observations from our former head coach in-house here. And then Bucky Brooks, a member of the Jaguars radio broadcast team, as sideline reporter for the last several years, saw him out there as well. He's going to be out for the next few days, but I figure why wait? We'll get Bucky about an hour from now with some early first-day camp observations as well. So we got a lot to chew on today, Tone, not even counting the filet, which tell you, it's going to melt in your mouth. So if you want to hit up the program today with your thoughts, questions, musings, observations, you can do it at 641-1010 on the Checkmate Coatings phone line. Same number for the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Hop into YouTube virtual studio and post in the chat there. You can stream us on Twitter and Facebook, or you can find us on social media directly at MD_1010XL, at 1010XL Fat Tony, and at 1010XL Denmark.
It has begun.
There it is. Saw a hacker out there. I mean, it's taking roll call when you're out there. I know the morning show will be out there Friday. We'll be broadcasting live from training camp as well on Friday with Dan and Jeff. So the morning guys weren't out there. Jaguars Today represented every show. Had somebody out there. Saw Big Sur, saw all of Helmets and Heels out there, all of the Frangie show out there, Rick Ballou, Hacker, the whole crew, ready to bring you a bunch of interviews. We'll have tons of audio for you over the next several weeks. When practice wraps up, we've got our cast ready to talk to the participants, and hopefully we'll bring you a few thoughts today. We'll see how quick the turnaround time is of Liam Cohen out there. So Dave Campo today, Bucky Brooks today, Jaguar practice day 1 today. This is Jaguars Today. Keep it right here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today.
For the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios at 1010XL. Dan Hicken.
You know my song, Love Me Sexy?
Yeah, everybody loves that song, man. It was #1 in the country.
I stole it.
No.
Jeff Prosser.
I'm sure you've all heard the rumors, and they are true.
Mornings on 1010XL.
This thing was a disaster from the word go.
AA Automotive helps keep your vehicle in dependable and safe condition. Call Sam, Harry, or Joe, and they'll check your brakes, tires, fluids, electric, and motor, so your ride runs smooth on the road. That's AA Automotive on Richard Street.
Interested in a unique date night? Gibby here. I took my wife Nikki to Wick a Candle Bar. She made her own custom candle right there in the store. Shop local at Wick a Candle Bar. Locations in San Marco and Jacks Beach.
You wouldn't drive your car 50,000 miles without an oil change. So why are you ignoring your septic tank? That thing's working round the clock, taking every flush, shower, and mystery casserole down the line. Eventually, it fills up. And when it does, you do not want to find out the hard way. Don't wait for the stink. Septic tanks need to be pumped every 3 to 5 years. Call 904-862-6769 to schedule your septic pump out with the pros at Duck Duck Rooter. When you're stuck, call the Duck.
Helping you over the hump. Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Weight Loss Wednesday continues on Jaguars Today.
Football season is almost here, so before it arrives, I'm going to get my home organized. Lauren Brooks here. Closets by Design creates custom storage for every space, lifestyle, and budget. From closets to garages to laundry rooms or entertainment centers. Anywhere that needs to be organized. Call today to schedule a free in-home consultation and receive 40% off plus an additional 15% off with free installation. Yes, that's 40% off plus an additional 15% off during the month of July. Call 878-9393 or visit closetsbydesign.com.
It's a battle for the playoffs as your Sharks take the field this Saturday. Kickoff at 7. Tickets start at just $15. Discover the thrill of indoor football. It's fast-paced, action-packed, and full of family fun. Try the new 4-packs, 4 tickets, 4 food vouchers, and a $20 gift card. All for only $100. Get tickets at jacksharks.com or call 904-621-0700. 904-621-0700.
Prosser here. Ask about the Sharks 4-packs, 4 tickets, 4 food vouchers, and a $20 gift card, all for only $100. It's Military Appreciation Night, presented by True Vet Solutions. All current and former military can purchase a special buy one, get one free ticket deal. Join us on the field after the game for a jersey auction and autograph session, sponsored by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectible. Tickets start at just $15. Call 904-621-0700. That's 904-621-0700.
The grind for greatness begins before they play the games. Training camp is here, and 1010XL is there. From the practice field straight to you. Ramped up by Roland Leash Plumbing and Green Acres Sporting Goods.
You'll always feel good when you send someone a Kuhn Flowers floral or plant arrangement. This is JJ with 1010XL, and no matter what the reason, Kuhn Flowers has always come through for me. Order online at kuhnflowers.com.
This is Greg Huntington, a.k.a. The Mangler. I'm on the winning team at Waste Management. WM is the largest sustainability company in North America. If your business needs sustainable environmental services for waste removal and recycling collection, then you can count on the industry leader of WM to deliver results. Your services will be completed in a timely, safe, and eco-friendly manner. Go to WM.com/Duval. That's WM.com/Duval and get signed up today. If anyone can talk trash, it's the Mangler.
Let's get the work done.
Training camp is here.
Up, quick feet.
1010XL's training camp coverage is backed by Roland Leash Plumbing and Green Acres Sporting Goods.
Let's go. Here we go. Let's go. It's live now. Let's go.
One of Beard's Diamond's most popular events ever is back. It's Christmas in July. Right now, for a limited time, you get as much as 40% off anything in our showcases. Yes, that includes engagement rings, fashion rings, earrings, bracelets, bands, pendants, colored gemstones. This is the annual store-wide sale that everyone loves, because you get December prices in July. Up to 40% off store-wide. Don't miss Christmas in July. Exclusively at Beard's Diamond at the St. John's Town Center and online at beardsdiamonds.com. Shop local. Shop Beards.
Oh, by the way, Ivan's no longer on the project. His wife got a new job, so they're moving across the country.
Robin's top researcher is deviating to a new market. This isn't standard.
And now we're short-staffed. Who's going to finish all these projects?
She needs a cluster of new data analysts, and there's no margin for error.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, Hicken here, or just call me Dreamfinders Danny. For a limited time to ring in the new year, Dreamfinders Homes is offering an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate. Now's your chance to lock down that rate and get in the game. You heard me right. It's 4.99 fixed interest rate on select move-in ready homes. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for sales event information and get in the game. Interest rate available on select move-in ready homes. Restrictions and limitations apply. Go to dreamfindershomes.com for more details.
David here with Royal Pest Services. It's back. Our summer Centricon Termite Special. New installs begin as low as $249. And if you have existing Centricon, but your renewal is through the roof, we can transfer you to Royal at no cost. Visit RoyalPestServices.com to schedule a free estimate.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
Young Denmark reminds me, Tony.
Rest in peace, Ozzy, by the way.
Oh, yeah. True story. Yep. Good call there, Denmark. That wasn't coincidental, right? You played this on purpose?
Yes, I played this on purpose.
I wasn't sure, man. You don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had asked Dylan 2 days ago who Ozzy Osbourne was, would he have known?
Yes.
All right. I'm not sure. I don't know.
I know the big names. Don't ask me about the Steve Miller Band, and
wait a minute. Steve Miller Band's a pretty big name.
INXS.
INXS. Yes.
Have you heard of them? All right. So, but Young Denmark reminds me, we got a 4-pack of tickets to the Jags' first preseason game to give away today. Have we thought about how we're going to do that? Of course not.
No.
But we will do that.
Let's do it right now.
You want to do it right now?
No, let's talk about it right now. How we're going to do it?
Oh, let's figure it out right now. All right. Let's wait. Let's say sometime shortly after 11 o'clock.
10-4.
We'll do something where we command you to give us a phone call. And Dylan will hook you up. But speaking of phone calls, you want to start off with one on the line today?
Let's do it.
What do we got? Eric downtown.
Yep.
Kicking things off on the Checkmate Coatings phone lines this morning at 641-1010. Eric, good morning. What's on your mind this morning?
Good morning. How y'all feeling today?
Excellent, man.
Yeah, so football is definitely back in Duval County for sure. Just love from the training camp. It was a good turnout, good crowd. A couple of things that I took, some notes from. Tank was the first person to touch the ball, first person to line up with the first team. I'm not sure if that's really official, but
right.
He definitely was. So he definitely was the first back out there with the first unit. Seeing the guy who was just put on pup, he's out there working on acceleration, trying to make sure he gets back his groove. I did see that Cephas had a towel around his neck. I'm not sure if he's fully back in shape, but he definitely did have a towel around his neck because it was pretty hot towards the end of practice. But other than that, I think it was a solid day of practice. If I were to say who won today, I'll say the defense. The defense had a couple of nice interceptions, a couple of nice deflections. But other than that, Travis Hunter was pretty good, and can't wait to get this thing rolling.
And me too, man. Hey, that's fantastic. Eric, don't be a stranger. Good practice report right there. We appreciate you weighing in. Now, and again, I'll take his word for it on Bigsby being the first one out there. It was like, I was doing a lot of things. I was trying to line up some things for Friday because we're going to be out there. And I was like, I saw Bigsby with a handoff. And I'm like, I can't say for sure. Now, looking at Jamal St. Cyr's timeline, and I told him that I don't know how he does it with the TikTok moment-by-moment update on the plays. But he had Etienne getting a handoff before Bigsby. And that doesn't mean Eric's wrong that Bigsby wasn't the first one out there. I dropped the ball, missed it, right? But
it's the first one Jamal put out.
The first one he put out was Etienne getting a touch, but that was getting a touch. That doesn't, it doesn't mean Bigsby wasn't out there and they threw the ball in the first one. Whatever. I think right now you look at those guys on pretty even footing. and getting the first opportunity. But I'm telling you, that depth chart is wide open, just wide open, including for LaQuint Allen to come in and make a mark as a pass catcher. I think they think he may be the best pass catching back on the roster, although they like what they've seen this offseason from ETN in the screen game. So, we'll see. I hope they all, man, I don't have a favorite son here. Just get it done.
No.
Right? Let's produce.
And being the best pass catcher of the four of them and the best pass blocker of the four of them, which is at least the reputation
of
for Allen.
Yeah.
Right? Like you would think that would at least carve out some opportunities for him. I don't know how big those opportunities will be or how much they'll expand, but yeah, it's wide open for the guys in the backfield.
Let's see what else we got cooking here. All right. We got Liam Cohen right here. It was asked about after practice, Travis Hunter, and what the plan is in terms of the amount of time we'll see him playing both ways during camp. Here's what he had to say about it.
Yeah, he will. Probably within the first, 6 practices or so. Like, we'll probably have him, you want to give him a couple days offense, couple days defense, and then give him an opportunity to go flip-flop within the same practice. And then that will kind of become the norm, right? Like, once we do that, that'll kind of become the norm and how we operate, but it'll probably be within the first week or so.
All right, well, he was on offense today. All right, so we'll be doing the show out there Friday, Tony. I could guess then maybe he'll do offense tomorrow, do defense on Friday. Who knows? And then
we'll see.
Maybe by next Tuesday when we're out there again, he'll be going both ways. But we'll have a few more thoughts from Liam Cohen. What did he say about Mason Smith? Rick Ballou asked him about it.
Yeah, Rick tweeted out just about 20 minutes ago now that he asked Liam Cohen about the Mason Smith landing on the PUP list deal. He said it's just a precaution. He tweaked something, would not disclose what part of the body. Cohen did follow up and said that he has had an outstanding offseason.
Yeah, and I heard that echoed from others in the organization as well. And they're very happy with him. And, so obviously disappointed that he can't be out there. But it's not a conditioning issue or anything like that. It's and hopefully it'll be shorter rather than longer term,
And we'll see.
I'm no doctor. I don't know. But hope he and Gardeck for that matter as well. And, just talking to some people today, I think they really like the idea of Gardeck as being one of those sub-package pass rushers on this football team. I'm not saying he's got a roster spot locked up, but I'm feeling pretty good if I'm him, considering I'm not available to practice immediately at the beginning of training camp with where my situation stands. So we got the coach, Dave Campo, going to join us coming up here in a few minutes. He's probably in his car right now, tooling along, and let's take advantage of his expertise. What is he looking for from a coach's point of view in these early days of practice? Is he just trying to determine if the guys have retained the kind of knowledge of stuff that they've studied this offseason, what kind of shape they're in, how sharp they are? All that and more coming up with Coach Campo in just a few minutes. Bucky Brooks from the Jaguar broadcast team will join us coming up about 45 minutes from now. And if you want to get in with a thought, a comment, or a question, 641-1010 on the Checkmate Coatings phone lines. We'll have more from Liam Cohen throughout the program as well. And really not just here on Jaguars Today, but all throughout the day. By the way, I'll be honest with you, Tony, I was a little scared. You see Hicken ran the poll this morning on where you get your Jaguars information from.
I saw it.
Right? Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, people will troll the hell out of you on social media. I don't know if anyone knows this, right? Yeah. You had 4 options. You had the Florida Times-Union. You had Jaguars Today here on 1010XL. You had local television. You had social media. Well, guess where Jaguars Today gets their information a lot? Social media, right? And talking to people that are on the beat all the time. But I was quite pleased that we got a third of the vote right there.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
And really, the rest of it went to social media. Times are changing, man. I mean, local TV, 3%, Florida Times-Union. Egads.
Yeah.
0.7%. Demetrius Harvey does a great job now.
Yeah, he does.
But and I hear what you're saying. Do you think of Florida Times-Union as Jacksonville.com? Because I don't read the physical paper.
Well, and there is the information you're getting from Demetrius, likely where you get most of it from is whatever he's putting on social media.
Right. Where you get all of them. And by the way, shout out John Shipley, who had an accident and wasn't able to be out there. Hopefully he'll have a quick recovery time. Who will be out there at practice first? Ship or Mason Smith. We'll have to find out. But hope you're listening, Chip. And if you are, we appreciate all you do in terms of your Jaguars coverage. So we wish you the best and missed you out there today. All right, let's take a timeout. Come back with the coach, Dave Campo, and some day one training camp observations. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars
Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. Jaguar football starts here.
Take care of the ball. Both hands on the rock.
We are live at the stadium with breaking Jaguars news. 1010XL.
Firehouse Subs has fries. Your hometown hero since 94 just cranked up the heat. Hot subs, crispy fries, golden, pillowy on the inside, and perfectly seasoned. Over 30 Jacksonville locations. Firehouse Subs. Homegrown and now with fries.
Here's Linda Beaver.
The dog days of summer are here, and so are the hottest deals of the year. Whether you're hauling down the street, cruising on the beach, or just escaping the heat, we have the ride you're looking for and the wow you experience you deserve. Save big on select models with sizzling summer savings, low financing, and limited time bonus cash on all trades. So don't sweat it. Come beat the heat at Beaver Automotive, where the summer deals will wow you.
Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars. Make them your AC partner with honest cost estimates before they start the work with no hidden fees. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC.
It's a Weight Loss Wednesday
on Jaguars Today.
Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
This is Hayes Carlyon for First Florida Credit Union. I bank with First Florida Credit Union because I trust them. I can always count on them when it comes to the vast services they provide. The online banking services are outstanding. So easy to use. Depositing checks through the mobile app is fast and efficient. I also go to the branch off 210 in St. Johns County and the Durbin location, but they have 10 branches in the Jacksonville area. You need to be banking with First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
I9 Sports is geared up for fun for kids all over the First Coast with fall and winter registration open right now. Kids ages 3 to 17 get in the gym or on the field with I9 Sports, covering Clay, Duval, and St. John's. And I9 has all-girls flag football at Oakley, UNF, Fletcher, and Creekside. Plenty of other spots and sports on the First Coast to take advantage of. Don't miss out. Registration open now for fall and winter at i9sports.com. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount.
Take a radio boat ride with Captain Cabin on the Ring Power Fishing Forecast Show. Reeled in by the Pest Pros at Royal Pest Services and Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Thursday nights at 6
on 1010XL AM.
The 2025 NFL season is just around the corner, and we can't wait for you to be back at the bank. Your Jacksonville Jaguars are starting off the preseason going head-to-head with the Pittsburgh Steelers Saturday, August 9th. Be at the bank as the Jags take the field for the first time this season, and grab your tickets for a 7 p.m. kickoff by going to jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We'll see you soon, Jags fans.
Are you living with diabetic neuropathy? That pain and numbness in your hands or feet? What about chronic knee or shoulder pain? Maybe you've tried various treatments, but they've been ineffective. Now there's a solution. Dr. Ferdinand Formoso specializes in advanced pain management and offers breakthrough neuromodulation treatments for those conditions. His innovative treatments target the source of your pain, offering relief where medications may fall short. All procedures are performed outpatient with no hospitalization required. Just a chance for you to feel and live better. If you want to learn more, Dr. Formoso is hosting free informational classes where he'll explain the benefits of neuromodulation therapies and how they can help eliminate your pain. Spaces are limited, so call to reserve your spot now with offices on the South Side, West Side, and Jacksonville Beach. Relief is possible with Formoso spine and joint pain specialists.
Rebound Rehabilitation. 11 great locations across the First Coast, and they're just a click away when it comes to feeling strong and healthy again. If you need the best path to recovery, look no further than Rebound Rehab. Log on and check out one of their great 11 locations.
Right now, you may be running a little late, or feeling stressed, or overwhelmed, and you may be going a bit over the speed limit. So to help you relax, exhale. ease up on the gas. You'll get there when you get there. Take a moment to just chill. This little break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, another great guest on the Checkmate Coatings phone line. Hello. Your floor's missing piece. Now, more Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
All right, Tony, we've both been out to tons of training camp practices over the years, but who better to know what to look for? The guy who actually was a head coach in the National Football League is one of our embedded own from 1010XL. We love Coach Campo. Honestly, I can't get enough of Coach Campo. Talking to him
awesome, yeah.
Every practice. He's phenomenal. And we don't bring him on Jaguars Today very often because he does things with a lot of shows. You know, we don't want to sweat him on. Like, no. We're having him on today if he is available, and apparently he is. And he joins us right now on the Checkmate Coatings phone lines. Coach, always appreciate your time. How are you this morning?
I'm doing great, Mike. Tony, good to talk with you guys. I'm always doing great when training camp starts because the one thing I miss about coaching is the camaraderie and the team. And for me, once I get close to the grass, I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah, you were saying to me today you thought that just a change in attitude for this football team, a change in enthusiasm level of buy-in could be worth as many as 3 wins alone. Talk about that aspect of what you're hoping develops for this football team this year.
Well, first of all, you still have to have good players. There's no question about that. But the game of football is an emotional game. And I really think towards the end of the year, 2 years ago and last year, there wasn't that excitement and enthusiasm with that football team for whatever reason. It was something going on in the locker room. I don't see that with this group. I was excited when they made the change. Not that I don't think that Doug Peterson was a good football coach, but it was time for that. And just having the young group that they've got, and they've got a good mix in a coaching staff between some experienced guys, Milas, the secondary coach, been in the league for 30 years, and then you got young guys like Campanile, right on down, Udinsky, those kind of guys. The enthusiasm factor is big. You can't say that enough. The energy, everything, those things are really important, and I think this group is going to bring that to us.
Where do you think that shows up the most on the field? Right, because it does feel like this was a franchise that needed an attitude change, right? Because they did feel like they were just kind of limping through the last year and a half, basically on the field. But where does that attitude change show up now that they're getting on the field for training camp?
Well, first of all, I think, just the way they go about their business, how they operate between drills, what they do in the drills, and those kind of things, that's an indication. But it will really show up, in my opinion, in the fourth quarter of football games because, this football team was close a lot last year, but they just couldn't finish. And to me, a lot of that is just, the energy factor in the fourth quarter and having the confidence that youngness and excitement brings to the game.
Talking here with Dave Campo, Coach. I was told that, Liam Cohen is proficient enough in every phase of offense that if you said he was an O-line coach or a tight ends coach or a running backs coach or whatever, he could be that guy. He could coach any position on the offense, not just the overall, putting together the scheme. He could get into the ins and outs of, guys getting in and out of their breaks and all that. How common or rare is that to find in a head coach?
Well, first of all, it depends, on what the background is. A lot of guys are pretty specialized. To me, that's kind of unique from the standpoint that, one of the big things in the head coaching business is to get an outstanding staff. Well, if you feel pretty confident that you could handle any of the positions, then picking those staff members are a lot easier because you can kind of listen to them when you interview them and get an idea of who they are and what they're all about. And believe me, I think the assistant coaches are vastly underrated, in fandom, when it comes to, what happens on that football field. But I think, Liam, I have heard the same thing as you have, and that's a plus in my opinion. I think that alone excites everybody at those positions, because if the head coach is jumping into an offensive line meeting and has something to say, that kind of juices up that meeting.
What have you thought of the plan, as much of it as you've been able to see and hear about, for Travis Hunter so far through the offseason and now into the start of training camp?
Well, I had the advantage of talking to Deion, when Travis was there. I coached Deion Sanders, and also a little fella, the secondary coach I coached. And both of those guys said the one thing about him that will not change is no one will outwork him, and he never gets tired. And I think that's the key to the whole thing. He's a summa cum laude student. He's smart. I think that's going to be an interesting dichotomy as we go forward. I just think that this guy is one of those guys that's a rare, just never gets tired. He wants to do it, and I think it's going to pay dividends. But I think he'll have a bigger role on one side of the ball than the other. How they break that down is really what you're going to see in training camp a little bit, which you really couldn't see in OTAs. But I'm excited about it. I think he's going to bring some excitement. Just watching him today, he brings excitement to the field to me.
Talking here with Coach Campo, Dave Campo, on Jaguars Today on 1010XL. Coach, I think we're all disappointed we couldn't see Mason Smith first day of practice, and we hope it won't be a long absence. Liam Cohen saying that he tweaked something, not going to get into the specifics of it, but it's not a conditioning issue or anything like that. But putting Mason Smith aside, give us a young player that you think is maybe on the brink of a breakout season, a returning player here in Jacksonville.
Well, I think Jurian Jones is the guy. They've got him playing out there at corner and, getting him out of the nickel position. They got Lewis, the kid from the Cowboys that came on this year, is really playing inside and outside, but his best position is at nickel. I think Jurian Jones is ready to have a breakout season. I love his attitude. I love the way he goes about his business. He has a tremendous amount of confidence that he can do anything. And I think his second year out there, getting an opportunity to, use a little bit more experience is really going to be a factor. That's the guy that sticks out to me. The other guy that I will mention is our boy Harrison, the tackle.
Yeah.
If he does what he's supposed to do, he's got a chance to be a big time player athletically. There's no doubt about it. And really, I think Liam laid down the gauntlet on him by making a statement that when he wants to do it, he can be outstanding. I listened to you guys earlier earlier in the show talking about you think it's a way of motivation. It definitely is. And I think it's because they know they have a good player there that has a chance to be great. And his athletic ability gives that opportunity. So I think you guys hit that right on the nose.
During your times being around NFL training camps as they began, obviously I would expect that coaches have an idea of where maybe the battles are going to be, right, at different spots on their roster. How much does that change once you get these guys out on the field? We've all talked about what we expect the position battles to be on the roster. How much room for change is there when training camp actually begins?
Well, I think the one thing that these guys have shown, looking at today, for example, the veteran guys that have been here, the Ezra Clevelands and the Walker Littles and the Dewey Wingers, those guys are all out there. I'm expecting that there's going to be 4 or 5 changes. I don't know where those changes are going to be, but I think that the new guys coming in, they're their guys. And for me, that's a big factor. When you look at the offensive line, I'm not sure what the depth chart is going to be, and we won't know until we put the pads on to see where guys are and in the preseason games. And I think there's going to be change. I'm just not sure where that's going to be. But the thing I like about it is they're putting the guys out there that have been there out there first. and it's the young guys' opportunity, and they said they're going to give the young guys opportunities. It's their responsibility to beat those guys out, in my opinion.
So, Coach, we're all kind of guessing how the running back room is going to play out this year. Let's say week 10 on, once everything's settled in, the Jags know who they are, who is the most productive running back on the Jacksonville Jaguars in the second half of the 2025 season?
Well, I'll tell you, if things go the way I see the athletic talent and everything, I don't count out this Tootin kid from that we took. Big, fast. He's a guy that can take it to the house. If he holds on to the football, I really think he's going to come on in the second half. It's going to start out with Bigsby and ETN, but I'm not sure that's the way it's going to finish. And I think that's one of the things that you're looking at in this training camp is, what guys look like they have the ability to be a full-time guy there. And I think Tootin has the ability to be a full-time guy there.
How much do you think they've improved on the offensive line?
That's a good one. I think the jury is out. I will say this. From a competitive standpoint and a physical standpoint, I think they have improved. I think Makari is a all-day affair. I think Hainsey's an all-day affair. I don't know how good those guys are. I'll have to see them a little bit more. I've watched tape on them. And they're guys that they feel are physical and guys that love the game of football. So I think there's going to be improvement. And I also think that just the mentality of telling those guys, we're going to run the football, because that's the key to me for Trevor Lawrence, for his improvement. They have to be able to run the ball better in every situation. And I think he's made it clear. Cohen has made it clear that that's something that they're going to do. So I really think it's probably too early to say, because they have the Clevelands and the Littles and those guys out there. But, I look at a guy like Fred Johnson out there. That's one big human being. Who knows if he isn't going to come in and beat him out? That's the great thing about the competition that they're pushing for.
Well, we know nobody's beating out 16, right? I mean, that's their guy. They got to build it around Trevor. So, Coach, let's wrap up with that thought. What is your expectation level for Trevor Lawrence's performance in 2025?
Well, he looked good today. That's a plus.
I agree.
I think they came out, and when I look at it, I kind of like to see, how much has changed from OTAs, because those guys have to be working. And that's a timing deal. We saw Trevor and a bunch of the receivers down in wherever they were, Jamaica, Costa Rica. I don't know where those guys go, but I saw them down there throwing and catching. It's a timing attack. And so it's a combination of the quarterback and the receivers. And the thing to me is it looked like his footwork was a little bit better on the timing part of it, and the receivers looked like they were getting where they were supposed to get. So I think they improved between OTAs and where they are right now, which is a real plus. So right. I'm expecting him to have a good year.
Well, you're a real plus, and we appreciate all your coverage here on 1010XL for as long as we have you in the great city of Jacksonville. Coach Campo here with us, and on the horse's mouth with Tommy Mack later on today?
That's on Thursday.
Thursday,
tomorrow,
okay. All right.
But definitely, absolutely.
All right. Hey, Coach, we appreciate it. Hopefully we'll be able to catch up another time or two before camp wraps up. But thanks for giving us some thoughts today.
No problem, guys. Thanks, Mike and Tony and Dylan.
All right, you got it. And Dylan Denmark gets a shout out there from Coach Dave Campo as well. I love Coach Camp, man. He's really just a good football guy to talk to, Tony. And I'm glad he saw it the same way that I did. I thought Trevor looked sharp today. Again, it's one practice, there's no pads and all that, but you can tell guys come out and they're off target, and you can go, well, it's first day and all that, but you didn't have to say that today. So,
good.
So let's hope he builds on him.
Yeah.
Got to start stacking them, Tone, is what we got to do so we can get to the point where we can cut some really good players at the end of training camp, right?
I'm sure we'll get there, yeah.
All right, we'll come back. Tony's going to take us around the National Football League. Bucky Brooks, about 25 minutes away from the Jaguar radio broadcast crew as well, with day one training camp observations. More from Liam Cohen ahead as well. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today.
You're at the home of the Jaguars in the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Door Studios. Superior products, exceptional service. It's not girl talk, it's sports talk.
Woo! Coming after you!
Tom McManus adds his helmet to the heels with Lauren Brooks and Taylor Dahl.
Let's talk football.
Football! Football!
At a new time, afternoons 2 to 4 on 1010XL.
It's the biggest jewelry event of the season this week at Diamonds Direct. Shop now through Sunday and take an extra 20% off engagement rings, earrings, bracelets, and all fashion jewelry. But don't miss the main event this weekend, July 25th through 27th. For 3 days only, top designers will be in store with exclusive collections you can only find at Diamonds Direct. Shop now to save and join us this weekend for the full VIP experience. Hurry, this limited time offer ends Sunday. Visit diamondsdirect.com for more details and to book your appointment.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. Now's the perfect time to order logo coffee mugs or maybe a logoed Sick brand tumbler. They're seriously ice cold and look great with your company logo. Hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just a job, but an experience, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
1010XL is excited to support an evening of all-star fun as comedian David Spade joins MC and Gator basketball great Patrick Young to induct Olympic swimmers Nancy Hogshead and Ryan Murphy, golf legend Jim Furyk, and the iconic Lizard King into the Sawyer Sports Foundation's Jacksonville Sports Hall of Fame, presented by the Nimnick family of dealerships. Saturday, July 26th at the Community First Igloo. For single ticket and table sponsorship, go to JacksonvilleIceman.com.
It's a Weight Loss Wednesday on Jaguars Today. Awaken 180 Weight Loss, your long-term solution for weight loss.
At Cannons of Jacksonville, they know that when you're towing anything, you gotta have products you can rely on. With over 50 years of fabrication expertise, the family at Cannons can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Whether it's a heavy-duty hitch, trailer frame, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons will provide you with unmatched precision and durability. For all your towing needs, visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, buddy. Why so glum?
Stinky ice cubes, Jason. It's all downhill from here.
What?
The tap water at my place smells kind of funky. Funky tap water makes funky ice cubes. I meet a nice girl, invite her back to my place for a cocktail, and blow my whole romantic gesture with a mojito that smells like dog's feet.
Wait, I can totally make you way cooler.
I'm not taking your charity ice cubes, Jason. I have my pride.
Your pride is safe. Our plumbers can be at your house the day you call and install a whole home water purification system. Water tastes better, dishes come out cleaner, even your hair feels better after you shower.
Ooh, the ladies love a man with soft hair, don't they, Jason?
Life moves pretty fast. If you spend every day worried about the water in your own home, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville. In summertime, it really can stretch out most of the year because we love the warm temperatures here in the Sunshine State. Greg, give them an idea of what Honda has to offer.
They are all over the board. They've got Honda scooters, Honda motorcycles, we've got Honda boats, we've got Honda side-by-sides. Whatever you like, we've got it.
That means adventure is waiting.
That's right, and we're ready for you.
In the showroom, you can find all that Honda has to offer on Atlantic near Regency, or check out Cycles of Jacksonville's Facebook page.
Say goodbye to glasses and contacts with customized vision treatments at Bowden Eye & Associates. Hey, Hicken here. Dr. Bowden and his expert team bring you all the latest options like Evo implantable Caliber lenses, refractive lens exchange, or traditional LASIK. Tailored just for you. Imagine waking up to clear vision. No hassle, no fuss. You ready to see the difference? Call now or visit BowdenEye.com for a free screening. Bowden Eye & Associates, keeping the First Coast focused.
Instant Keys.
saves the day if you've lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call Instant Keys, 722-1111.
Transmission troubles? I'm Robin Sidbury, owner of Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. So come in and see how we can help solve your transmission troubles. We service all makes and models. Remember, get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
This is your local sports update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. This update brought to you by the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. If you missed today's first practice, which was the first practice of training camp, as well as the first training camp date for fans, you still have opportunities to go. July 24th, 25th, 27th are also opportunities, with the 25th being exclusive season ticket member day. The 27th will be NFL Back Together Sunday with a rookie poster giveaway. Monday, July 28th will be the first full day of pads. July 29th, August 3rd, and August 5th will also be dates eligible for fans to watch the Jacksonville Jaguars during their 2025 training camp. Make sure to go to jaguars.com for more information and to get your tickets. Right now, 85 degrees at 10:56. Time and 10, brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Everything you need to know about the Jags. Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
Denmark, you hanging loose in there? You good?
We're hanging in there as much as we can.
All right, remember, Tony, in 2007, the Jags became the first team to go into Pittsburgh and win twice in the same season, right? Did a regular season and playoffs. Repeated that in 2017. Still the only team to do that. So 2 wins in 2007, 2 wins in 2017. Add them together. We'll take the fourth caller for 4 tickets to go see the Jags and Steelers preseason action. Family 4-pack of tickets to go see. All you got to do, call right now. Dylan Denmark will hook you up at 641-1010, and away we go. Let me clear a few out from the text line here, Tony. Designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Wondering if this is the year that training camp trammel finally breaks through. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, look, training camp Cephas looked pretty good today. I'll say that.
Sure.
So, all these guys, I just wonder, like, man, there's so much talent on probably every NFL team that almost has 0% chance of actually making the team. You know what I mean? Like, you'd watch these guys, you watch Cephas move, and you're like, that is a pro receiver right there. But he's fighting against a bunch of guys who are pro receivers or pro receiver caliber. There
are plenty of athletes in NFL training camps that, if they were given expanded opportunities, would be fine pros.
Yes.
Right? It's the opportunities may not be there because there are better pro options. Right? Like, you're not better than Brian Thomas Jr. I don't care how good Trammell is. Right? So your opportunities are going to be limited by the situation. It doesn't mean he couldn't play if he was asked to play.
But if you put him in that Julian Edelman role, in that Patriot version of the offense, like, he would be like a perfect guy.
The brilliance of the Belichick thing was he found a way to use the guys he had.
And you could feed him, for 90 catches in a system like that. I remember Frank Frangie used to have Bob Wenzel all the time talking hoops, former JU coach. And I asked him once, I said, because he had coached in the NBA, I said, my guess is like 90% of the guys in the league could average 20 points a game if you let them. I said, oh, yeah, absolutely. That seemed right. There's just some stiffs in there that are just athletes that have no touch. But if you made it a point, no matter what they did defensively, if you fed guys, they'd have the opportunity.
And the guys who average 20 are the guys that could go for 40 every night. Right? Like, that's kind of how that goes.
No doubt.
That's there's a hierarchy to all these things. It's nobody's fault. It's just real.
Bush Drive Rich said they have Coach Prime in Tampa Bay checking on his guys. Wonder if he's coming to Duval this week or next. Should have asked Coach Campo about that. But Shiloh's there, right? So his son is there. But, I mean, Travis Hunter's kind of his son in some ways, right? He's like his adopted son. So, I don't know. I do not know.
That would be cool.
Sure. Look, it's just, can you imagine Dion coming here for any other reason?
No.
Right. So, Yeah. Billy says if we get good play from the defensive tackle position, Trayvon's going to explode this year. From your lips to whomever's ears needs to hear that. Byron checking in, morning fan. Duval, Gainesville in the house. Good morning there, youngster. Let's see. Campo's a good football guy, smart experience, I believe, and I value his opinion more than anyone I listen to as far as the Jags are concerned. I love Coach Campo. I mean, that's why we had him on today, right? And so we know where, like we're a clearinghouse of opinions. We have our own. You know what I mean? But, we're not beat reporters, Tone. We're not there. We're not former coaches. We are in the, in my opinion, enviable position of getting to talk to all the smart people.
No doubt,
that weigh in on these things. We'll hear from Liam Cohen here in a moment. He's a pretty smart guy. We hope he's a brilliant guy. But before we do, Tony, why don't you tell us what's happening in other less important locales around the NFL?
Now, gems around the NFL. Brought to you by Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach.
We'll start with among the least important of the less important spots in the NFL. Indianapolis quarterback Anthony Richardson is expected to practice without restrictions today. He has reportedly been back to throwing the last 3 weeks. Washington wide receiver Terry McLaurin did not report for the start of Commanders training camp. Buffalo running back James Cook did report for the start of Bills camp. Los Angeles Rams running back Kyron Williams reported for the start of camp, and Dallas linebacker Micah Parsons all reported to camp as they are dealing with contract negotiations with the teams in those spots. But Washington, they don't have Terry McLaurin there yet. Carolina has released linebacker Josie Jewell with the possibility of signing him back with the team in the future. Jewell is continuing to experience concussion symptoms stemming from a concussion that he suffered week 16. Last year, but he's still dealing with it. Chicago corner Jalen Johnson suffered an undisclosed leg injury during training that is expected to keep him out for a couple of weeks, but the injury is not considered to be anything serious. The LA Chargers have signed running back Nyheim Hines, and New Orleans safety Tyrann Mathieu has announced his retirement from the NFL after a 12-year career that includes 3 first-team All-Pro selections, 3 Pro Bowls, and a selection to the Hall of Fame's All-Decade team of the 2010s.
Yeah, I blew it on him. I remember clearly thinking that not going to, at that size, play at that level in the National Football League, but he proved me wrong. That is for damn sure. On the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures, I may have missed it. Anything mentioned about Mason Smith's injury? Well, here's what Liam Cohen had to say after practice when asked about it.
Yeah, I don't think extremely long. It's not a major issue. It's a little bit more precautionary. Just tweaked it kind of the week of camp. So nothing. He had a great off season. He worked his tail off. He was here a ton. Was in great shape. Worked his tail off. So it was a little bit of a bummer, obviously, but it's a little bit more precautionary. Could he go and play in a game in this week? Who knows? But it won't be too long.
All right. Well, a couple things. They're not going to be specific about the injury.
No.
Okay. It'll probably get out. I'll just say that because it's not a big secret, but we are also, look, it's a privilege to be able to cover the team, right? And to be there at the practice and stand right there on the sideline and watch these guys go. And so when they ask you, hey, look, we'll give you some things that you can kind of get a sense of and what's really important to get out there, but we ask you not to be specific about that.
Yeah.
We're going to adhere to that, right? And so I think the key in that is you heard Liam Cohen go, oh, he had a great offseason, right? And you just hope that whatever this is, that will keep him sidelined for a little bit, doesn't derail, like the first half of the season or anything like that. I'm not saying it would, right? No. I'm just saying I love to hear that enthusiasm from the front office, from the coaching staff, from the people that see it every day, that Mason is ready, it seems, if healthy, to take a step. We look at the results of yesterday's poll, and people think that Mason Smith was the most likely to start the most games out of, who did we give him, Tony? We gave Tank Bigsby. Mm-hmm. We gave Wingard, and who was our other one in there that we had? Why am I drawing a blank on that? It was Milam, right? Yeah. All guys that are not guaranteed to start when the season opens up, and people overwhelmingly, I felt, went with Mason Smith. They may be right. So again, he's got an injury, not considered like an acute, severe one. And the timetable was going to be what the timetable is. And I can't get any more specific than anything you just heard from Liam Cohen. Right?
No, and you kind of take the coach's lead on that kind of thing. It's like he said, it's a little bit of a bummer. Yeah, I think we're all feeling it. And especially with, that he's the back half of that comment is exactly what you're talking about there. Like, they are willing to talk about how great it's been this offseason for Mason Smith, right? And how much work he has put in. I think the expectations that the fans seem to feel were expanding as we were getting closer and closer to the season. I think they felt it in the building too. And the comments that Cohen has there speaks to that kind of thing. So something happens and everyone kind of goes, oh, that stinks.
Right.
Like, that's kind of how everyone's reacting to this. It's not anything that's going to be some long-term thing, but it's going to keep him sidelined for now. And he's not willing to be any more specific than that. It's not a major injury, but it's going to be enough to keep him out for now. And we'll see when they get back on the field. And it's a bummer for a guy that did seem to be he was ready to take a step going from year 1 to year 2. Like, it felt like it was there. And he may still be ready, but it's just, we're not going to see him on the field now. It's just going to take a little bit of time.
Well, contrast it with the Texans, who today reported that Joe Mixon, they're starting running backs on the non-football injury list.
Yeah.
Right?
Which is a crazy one because that guy doesn't miss time ever.
No.
Like, Mixon is a remarkably healthy player for a guy that plays running back in the NFL.
And the guy backing him up now is who knows what Nick Chubb is at this point in his NFL career. So they've got their own issues. On the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures, why y'all hiding Fat Tony's laptop this week? What happened to your laptop?
Dempsey stole it.
Did I?
Yeah, they switched them. They took the bad one out of the room. Like, it's no longer with us. The good one that I was using the whole time has gone to that side.
I was like, man, this is actually working pretty well today.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
That's the one.
My bad. So I have like this one over here. If you're watching right now on Twitter or YouTube or whatever, is mostly for show. This is usually where I have my bank of phone callers over here. But it's also so you have to see less of me. It kind of blocks more of me and everything. So everything working well on your phone over there right now?
Yeah, it's all good.
Get used to it. So one other thing we're going to hear from Liam Cohen right now, Tony. And there are a couple of drops out there. Look, you got to have it, right? It's like I saw Brian Thomas Jr. unmolested, drop one. Would have been a nice gainer right over the middle. You don't expect that to happen. Like, that happens. That guy doesn't have a rep.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it. It's one drop early on. Is it first day, jitters, rust, what have you? Here's what Liam Cohen said when asked about it.
Yeah, good. I mean, ultimately, we had a few drops today, right? I mean, we had 3 of them, I think, to my knowledge. And so, like, that's part of the game. Like, it's a physical mistake. He didn't mean to do it. He didn't try to do it intentionally. It's usually what happens when you lose your legs a little and you lose a little focus. So just trying to, hey, man, let's move on, right? We've got to be short memory, all of us at all times. I'm speaking of myself. And, play the next play, right? Nothing matters but the next play. And so much like a golfer, right? Being a caddy as a coach. It's like next shot mentality, next play mentality. Let's move on. And you can't do anything about it.
Hey, I bet they had exactly 3 drops today.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt that doesn't sound like a guy that was guessing. I think we had 3 drops today. I'm not, I bet he knows exactly how many drops they had today. But it does stand out to you, right? Like, ball hit you in the hands. You better catch that one.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. It's a big deal.
No, right. And again, when BTJ drops on you, that's okay. Mm-hmm. Well, you know what?
It's not his thing. Like, he's not going to drop the ball a whole bunch.
No.
And so if it's a guy that you're seeing that happen consistently with, then you go, oh, what's happening?
Right, guy with a rep. By the way, numbers are pretty well dug in at the moment. Got about 300 votes on this. Which of these milestones is most likely to be achieved this season by a Jaguar individual? Trevor Lawrence, 30 touchdown passes, still leading the way with 51% of the vote. 30% think Brian Thomas Jr. most likely to get 1,500 receiving yards, most likely compared to these other ones, is what we're saying. Trayvon Walker with 15 or more sacks. He's been double digits the last 2 years, only 6.7% going that way. And any defensive player to personally have 4 or more interceptions, getting 12% of the vote. That is a tall order for a team that only produced 9 turnovers last year. But
Tyson Campbell did have 3 in 22.
He did, right? Yeah. It absolutely. Look, I'm not saying it can't be done. It's been done before. It's again though so that's 33% more than his best season, right? For Trayvon to get to 15 sacks would be about 50% more.
Yeah.
For Trevor and Brian Thomas, it'd be roughly about 20% more of what they've done in their best seasons here, and they are leading the way right now. That's your Chad and Sandy real estate question of the day. You are welcome to weigh in on that one. If you would like, might get a little bit more from Liam Cohen if we have time before we get out of here today. But coming up next from the Jaguar radio sidelines, Mr. Bucky Brooks. Saw him out at practice. He's going to be out here for the next 3 days, and we'll get some observations from a guy who, look, Bucky's West Coast, right? So he doesn't see every single practice. He follows along with everything, but it's interesting for a perspective of a guy. What is he expecting to see? What did he see? And bigger, what are the expectations for the 2025 season through the eyes of Bucky Brooks? Coming up, we'll have that conversation straight ahead. Tony Smith is here. Dylan Denmark is here. I'm Mike Dempsey, and this is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today. From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL.
Huddle up.
Who are we?
1010XL.
What do we do?
Sports Radio.
Where do we do it?
Jacksonville.
Hey everybody, Mike Dempsey for Dandy Foods. Yes, owned and operated by the Thompson family, locals since way back in 1956. Back when sandwiches were sold out of beer flats on the counter, unrefrigerated. Right there by the register. That's right, 25 cents for the ham and cheese. Of course, a lot has changed since then, but one thing that it hasn't is Dandy's commitment to making quality sandwiches for their customers. That's you, our audience, whether it's a classic Cuban made with authentic Cuban bread or a delicious home-style cranberry chicken salad. Dandy has something on the menu for everybody. Fast, fresh. They're always waiting for you in the cold case at convenience stores all over town. You'll find them at all dailies with a wide selection to choose from. After 10 years of talking about Dandy sandwiches, I could probably recite the whole lineup, but look, it's still the perfect go-to when you're in a hurry. You don't want the hassle of a long wait. Go find out for yourself and choose your favorite. The next time you're out and about, do what I do when you're hungry in Duval. Go out and make yours a Dandy and do it today.
Are you ready to reclaim your backyard? Serving Northeast Florida since 1977, Surfside Pools is the trusted name for expert pool design. Family owned and operated, they offer pool service, equipment repairs, commercial maintenance, remodels, and new pool construction. Let Surfside Pools transform your backyard into the oasis that you crave. Are you ready to float happy? Visit surfsidepools.net or call 246-2666. Surfside Pools and Spas, where luxury meets leisure.
License number CPC 044080.
It's tune-up time, and Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, wants to partner with you for a cool summer season. Tune up your AC unit right now so it's running at peak performance when you need it most. Just call 777-4300 and order a tune-up for just $59. Keep your unit humming at optimal level. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com and take advantage of their savings. Keep cool with Florida Home AC. That's 777-4300.
As a Florida homeowner, you're no stranger to mosquito problems. And although it's tempting to use DIY methods to get rid of them, mosquitoes are relentless. That's why it's important to enlist the help of the mosquito experts at Florida Pest Control. At Florida Pest Control, we offer specialized treatment solutions that are effective against mosquito infestations and are committed to keeping our customers protected year-round. For your free quote, give us a call or visit flapest.com today. Florida Pest Control, your local mosquito control experts.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold, silver, and diamonds from the public. Gold's recently hit an all-time high at over $3,000 per ounce. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold for cash and get top dollar, or trade it in for a new piece and get even more at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
It's a Weight Loss Wednesday on 1010XL. Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Want your son or daughter to enjoy sports year-round? Then log on to I9 Sports with fall and winter registration open right now, including girls volleyball at Duval Charter Bay Meadows, plus plenty of other spots and sports on the First Coast. I9sports.com. Enter 1010 for a discount.
Listen to whatever you like, whenever you want.
I like this.
1010XL on demand. Ad-free shows after the live shows end. Shadowed by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning. Search where you find podcasts.
Brackish Vodka, the spirit of the sportsman and proud partner of the Jaguars, wants to make your flight in and out of Jax a fun one. Stop by Vino Volo in the airport and enjoy 2 signature brackish cocktails. Vino Volo has amazing food and cocktails before your flight. Brackish Vodka is the first clean craft vodka and made right here in Jacksonville, Florida. Brackish Vodka for whatever your sport is. If your sport is flying, your vodka is Brackish, proud partner of the Jaguars.
Guys, your lawn's the home field. Now you can champion your St. Augustine grass. TopDressing.com just hit Jacksonville with a game-changing patented process. Aerate and transform your turf into a fairway-worthy masterpiece. Less water, shorter cuts, and the envy of every neighbor. No one else delivers a perfect 10 lawn like this. Visit TopDressing.com and dominate your block with the same process that golf courses use. Top dress your lawn like the pros with TopDressing.com.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. Hurricanes happen in Florida. That's not news. But what happens even more often than hurricanes are home break-ins. And if security is important to you, you might want to look into hurricane-rated impact windows.
What you may not know is that hurricane-rated impact windows not only help protect your home in case of a hurricane, but they also offer another level of security for your home.
Have you seen those videos on YouTube that show people trying to break through an impact window? A thief is way too lazy to spend his energy trying to break through one of our impact windows. That's why he doesn't have a real job like you. He'd rather break your non-impact window while you're at work. Window World has high-quality, very affordable hurricane-rated impact windows to help protect your home from hurricanes and from lazy thieves.
Call us today at 904-443-7001. Get a free estimate and see for yourself. You save energy, get more security, and the windows add value to your home. With all Window World windows, you get the best guarantee in the window replacement business.
Window World, simply the best for less. And thank you for your business.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, another great guest on the Checkmate Coatings phone line. Hello. Your floor's missing piece. Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
All right. Fun day, first day of training camp. Always nice to be out there. Wish everybody was 100% participating, but hopefully soon we'll have that with Mason Smith, Dennis Gardeck. But we've got full participation from Jaguars sideline reporter Bucky Brooks. Has been handling those duties for a few years now, part of the Jaguars broadcast crew and friend of the program for sure. Joins us right now after training camp practice number 1. Bucky, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. What's going on, Jeff?
Hey, man. We're very well. Good to see you out there today. Former player, you've been in this organization. You've been around the National Football League. What are you hoping to see on the first day of a training camp?
Yeah, I mean, I think you want to always keep it in perspective. What you like to see is, one, a lot of energy. You want to see how guys are bouncing around, reconnecting. It's been a long time since they've been together. You think about the 6 weeks off from the time they departed in June to now coming back. So, it's going to be a little rustiness involved. But what you want to see with the new coaching staff, new scheme, new system, how are they picking up? Are they playing fast? Do they appear to know what they're doing? Are they going with the proper pace and intensity and those things? And so today, obviously, by all accounts, it looked pretty good. It was a quick practice, but a lot of energy, a lot of optimism about what could happen this season.
What returning player, before we get to some of the new faces, and obviously we'll ask about Travis Hunter at some point in the conversation this morning, but what returning player for the football team do you think has a chance to be among the handful of the ones making the biggest step forward in their careers going into the 2025 season?
It's funny because normally you talk about people at various stages, but I think this is a big year for the quarterback, obviously, right? When you think about what he's doing, where he's coming from, the expectations, new coach coming in, and just knowing that it's a quarterback-driven league, particularly in the AFC. The expectations are big, and new contract, all that other stuff that we talk about kicking in at some point, like you want to see him take his game on the notch. So we can talk about all the other pieces, but this is about the quarterback and how do you support the quarterback? How do you elevate the quarterback and those things? So you want to see Trevor make the big jump.
Amen to that, man. I mean, it's the most important thing. You know, if he plays at a high level, then everything can follow. Obviously, as Tony alluded to, Buck, Travis Hunter is going to be a big part of that on both sides of the ball. You're a former NFL defensive back. You know how grueling it is just to play one position in the league. How well suited do you think Travis Hunter is to be as close to a full-time two-way player as we've seen in decades?
Look, man, I think people are making a bigger deal out of it. I think if you've done this from high school and college, the transition is not as big. You can dial it back a little bit depending on how you play. So I won't necessarily call him a two-way player. I call him a 1.5-way player, meaning start on one side, primarily role player on the other side. So you think about full-time starter at wide receiver, part-time player on defense when you have it, what we call it, get off the field moments. Third down, red zone, 2-minute, crucial situation. To me, I think that's a manageable load because those are pretty much obvious passing downs, so you can protect him away from some of the contact while allowing him to do what he does best. And to me, what he does best on the field in general, tremendous ball skills. Whether as a pass catcher, as a defender, he is going to get the ball. So I want to put him on the field to allow him to do things that allow him to play to his strengths, which is catching the ball, whether on offense or defense. That's what he does.
The last couple times that we've had the opportunity to talk to Jimmy Smith, obviously we talked to him a lot about Brian Thomas Jr., right? Especially going through his rookie season and this offseason. And Jimmy's not shy about the expectations he has for Brian Thomas Jr. to be the first guy in a Jaguars uniform in basically since Jimmy hung it up, to really have a chance to chase him down for some of the numbers that Jimmy set for this franchise. How good do you think Brian Thomas Jr. can be?
Look, I think he's talented as they come. I think he is a true number one. I think he's gifted. He has all the traits and tools that you look for at the position. The thing that is hard when you go into the second year is not only dealing with how defensive coordinators adapt and adjust to you, but how you temper your own expectations. Because he has so much success and it came really easy, sometimes you can put maybe too much pressure on yourself to live up to the expectations of others. And so what I hope he does is calms down, stays within himself, and just plays the game because the numbers are going to come because he's going to have plenty of opportunities, and he's talented enough that he's going to convert those opportunities into big plays. But more than anything, can he calm himself down where he can just focus on, make the main thing, let me run routes, catch the passes that are there within reason, and not put undue pressure on myself. If he does that, then he'll continue to build upon what he did last year.
Couple more minutes here with Bucky Brooks of the Jaguars radio broadcast crew. Bucky, I don't know how much you knew about Liam Cohen. I mean, we can all see what the results were that he got in Tampa last year. But since he got hired to be the Jags head coach and more you've learned about him, do you think he's particularly well suited to take this team back up to relevance? We know where they've been for the last several years. How much confidence do you have that Liam Cohen is the right guy?
Look, I think you have to lump them all together. I think it's Liam, it's James Gladstone, and even Tony Baselli. I think the new brain trust, the new leadership group is well positioned to get this team back to where we want it to be. And I think, one, Tony Baselli laying the kind of the foundation in terms of like knowing the culture of the franchise, knowing the franchise in good moments and bad moments, being able to always bring them back to that. And then the fact that Liam and James Gladstone work hand in hand together. They work together from the Rams. They kind of have a similar vision for how the team should be constructed and put together. And then Liam as the coach, not only managing the entire team, but managing the most important position, the quarterback, making sure that all of those things are right, that everything is done on offense, helps elevate the quarterback, that you put in a system that works for him. And that, you know, the fact that if you go back, like part of seeing the success with Jared Goff, part of seeing the success with Baker Mayfield, 2 former number 1 overall picks, understanding the talent, now taking the talent and putting it in a system that works for it, I think it works. And just looking at how it's progressed from mini camps and OTAs to what we saw today, you got to like what it's going to be. It's going to be different than what it's been before, but I believe the system really fits the skill set that Trevor brings to the table.
The training camps starting across the league, including in Jacksonville today, with the veterans being out on the field for the first time here in this camp. really is the offseason's done. We're into the season for 2025. So as this process begins, Bucky, what do you expect out of the 2025 Jaguars at this point?
Well, the expectation is, like, during training camp, put yourself in a position to start the season fast. And I think you have to go into the year focused on winning the division. You win the division, it gives you a golden ticket to the playoffs. And I think the emphasis has to be on that. You can't worry about anything beyond that. Who are the teams in the division that we need to knock out? How can we climb and get to the top? And I think as the Jaguars focus on making sure that they take care of the little things, really, which are really the big things, right? Take care of the ball. Don't give up the big plays, and put yourself in a position to win the game in the fourth quarter. They will be the team that we want them to be at the end of the season. Doesn't have to be pretty early, but if they can focus on finishing games late by eliminating the mistakes, they'll have a chance to be a team that we think about 10, 11, 12 wins, because the talent is there. It's about putting the pieces of the puzzle together.
All right, Buck. See you out there for the next couple of days, it sounds like, right?
For sure, man. I'll see you out there. I'll be here through the weekend. Back Together weekend on the NFL Network is on Sunday, so I'll be back for that.
Beautiful. All right. Hey, listen, man, we appreciate you taking a few minutes out to give us your observations. Look forward to catching up with you again on the pre- and post-game shows all throughout the season as well.
Let's do it, Dan. Talk to you soon.
All right, buddy. There he goes. Bucky Brooks, former Jaguar player and current Jaguar game day broadcaster as well. And it's nice to tell you go out there. It's like a target-rich environment. I'm going to get Coach Campo. I'm going to get Bucky Brooks. I looked at McManus. I said, I get you anytime.
Yeah.
All right.
Tomorrow it could be Dion. We don't know.
Well, it could be. I'm going to guess no.
I'm going to guess no.
But even if Dion shows up, I'm going to guess that's probably a hard no. From Dion. Yeah. But who knows? We'll be out there Friday. We'll be out there, not open to the public tomorrow, but I'll be out there tomorrow morning. But Friday we'll be out there broadcasting.
Yes, we will.
Open to the public next Tuesday, the following Tuesday after that as well. That Tuesday they're going on the schedule, 8:45 to 11:30.
Yeah.
That's a practice.
That's a day, yeah.
You know, that's a day, and hopefully we'll see him out there in full pads as well at that point in time.
Like we can talk to Leon. It'll be like, are they doing it again that afternoon?
Right. He'd be like, ho hum, big deal. Stevens point. See, everyone's going to talk about, well, not Leon, but everybody else who was up there.
I also had the random thought of maybe you should bring like a handful of dum-dums here the next couple days.
The lollipops?
Just in case, because we know that Dion's teammate Emmitt Smith had the sweet tooth for the dum-dums.
He really did, man.
Right.
You know, but it took Emmitt Smith. We used to go to Radio Row. Emmitt would stop by like every 2 hours and come by our table to get candy.
Yep.
And we're like, Emmitt, man, there's a price to all this. And he was cool about it. But, I don't know if that trick is going to work quite as well with Prime, but we'll see how it goes. All right, let's come back. Let's take a look at where people are weighing in on today's Chad and Sandy real estate question of the day. Trevor with 30 touchdowns. Brian Thomas with 1,500 yards, Trayvon with 15 sacks, or any single defensive player with 4 or more interceptions. Which milestone do you feel is the most likely to be accomplished this year? We'll get into that straight ahead on a rapidly moving episode of Jaguars Today. Keep it right here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. When you listen to radio play-by-play, you don't just hear the game, you feel it.
They feel good. That feel good.
Get the most play-by-play on 1010XL, Jacksonville's play-by-play sports radio.
Summer's calling, and Jenkins Hyundai of Jacksonville is ready to answer. Cruise through sun-filled days in a stylish new Tucson, pack the family into a spacious Santa Fe, or explore our selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. Find hot deals on Hyundais backed by our exclusive nationwide lifetime warranty. Jenkins Hyundai of Jacksonville.com. Visit us on Atlantic Boulevard. For all life's journeys, Jenkins Hyundai of Jacksonville is here. Welcome to the family. Offer subject to change. See dealer for details.
With Lee and Kate's Glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
Hey, it's Frank Frangie. Look, when it comes to glass needs around the home, there's one name I trust, Lee and Kate's. It's local, family-owned, and they've been part of our community since 1926. They've taken great care of me over the years, and I know they'll do the same for you. Visit leeandkatesglass.com.
With Lee and Kate's Glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
Hey, Hickett here. Think you got the ugliest garage floor on the First Coast? Your garage a crack-stained hot mess? Hold on to your squeegee. Checkmate Coatings is hunting for the worst garage floor out out there. And the winner gets a free garage coating makeover. Whoa! Take 10 seconds, snap a pic of that garage eyesore, register at checkmatecoatings.com/contest for a chance to win a free floor coating. It's easy. Just snap a quick pic and enter for a chance to win at checkmatecoatings.com/contest. Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
Right now, you may be running a little late, or feeling stressed, or overwhelmed, and you may be going a bit over the speed limit. So to help you relax, exhale. Ease up on the gas. You'll get there when you get there. Take a moment to just chill. This little break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
It's Awaken 180 Weight Loss Wednesday
on Jaguars Today.
Has someone you care about been arrested or had their driver's license taken away? I'm Susan Cohen, and I work with David Robbins at the law firm of Epstein & Robbins. We are experienced fighters for those charged with DUI, domestic violence, and all criminal offenses. In your battle with the justice system, there's only one thing you need to know. Dial David 24/7 at Epstein & Robbins, 354-5645. 354-5645.
The calls have been pouring in.
It's the strongest phone connection on the First Coast. The Checkmate Coatings phone line covers you with expert interviews from around the country and your opinions and comments from here at home. All day, every day on 1010XL.
You've got a lot on your plate. The last thing you need is car trouble. At Maxie's Mechanics, we help you keep your cars, trucks, and SUVs running safely. Visit MaxieAutoRepair.com today for honest service, reliable repairs, and peace of mind for you and your family.
Maxed out on credit cards, struggling with high interest debt? You could pay it all off in days with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan. Hey, it's Prosser here. Get cash out now without touching your low-rate first mortgage. No appraisals, no waiting, no BS. The Rapid Equity Loan Program at Loan Pronto is amazing. One Loan Pronto client just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. They paid off debt, renovated their kitchen, and cut their monthly expenses by $1,800. That's a huge turnaround. Instant approvals, low rates, no hard credit pull up front. That's Loan Pronto. Listen, your home equity is yours. Use it. Get cash to consolidate your debt down to one easy, low monthly payment. Call Loan Pronto now for a free instant appraisal for your home and see how much cash you can get today. Loan Pronto is an A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau and have nearly 2,500 5-star Google reviews. Call now and start the conversation. Go to loanpronto.com or call 999-1508. That's loanpronto.com.
Summertime is busy with graduation parties, summer barbecues, festivities, family gatherings. The month of July, National Carpet Cleaning Month. So Zero Res is offering $45 per room of carpet clean and 20% off air duct cleaning services as well. Schedule your appointment at ZeroResJacksonville.com or call them 287-5727 and ask for the 1010XL special. Zero Res, spelled backwards or forwards, it spells the same. Zero Res.
Zero Res. You wouldn't drive your car 50,000 miles without an oil change. So why are you ignoring your septic tank? Septic tanks need to be pumped every 3 to 5 years. Call 904-862-6769 to schedule your septic pump out with the pros at Duck Duck Rooter.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Who says there's no free lunch? Join me, Prosser, and Jaguar and Gator legend Fred Taylor for free food and football talk Friday, August 8th at the Alhambra Theater. When you hear this...
Bye-bye! Brock Marionville chasing a 90-yard run.
Be caller 28 to win a pair of tickets to a free lunch with Fred. Doors open at 11. Jags talk, Gators talk, football talk, including a 1-hour Q&A with Freddie T, and we're buying your lunch. Stay tuned for this sound to win your tickets.
Bye-bye! Brock Marionville chasing a 90-yard run.
Courtesy of Jenkins Hyundai and Genesis of Jacksonville on Atlantic.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air, Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since '87.
All right, Tony, let's dig into the Chad and Sandy real estate question of the day, asking which of these milestones is most likely to be achieved this season. Trevor Lawrence hitting the 30-touchdown pass mark. Brian Thomas getting 1,500 receiving yards. Trayvon Walker with 15 or more sacks, or any defensive player with 4 or more interceptions. Denmark.
10-10 take.
Now, Mike Dempsey's 10-10 take is serviced by Ideal Conditions Heating and Air, your go-to local HVAC company, veteran owned and operated.
All right, I've got my vote on this, Tone, but if you want, why don't you go first? And I'll be the one accused of copying you, but I know I know exactly where I'm voting in this. What is your choice of these options?
Yeah, my order of likeliest from least to most. For me, I'd have Trayvon with the 15-plus at the bottom of my list.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd have the 4 interceptions third on the list. I'd have 30 touchdown passes second, and I'd have BTJ with 1,500 first.
I might flip 3 and 4 with you. I might say, if it all comes together, Trayvon Walker could have that 15-sack season. But, I were looking at it yesterday in terms of the percentage of quarterback hits that he converted to sacks last year. It was astronomically high. I mean, freakishly high.
15 quarterback hits and 10.5 sacks.
That usually is not the ratio.
Usually that would be like a 7 or 8 sack season.
Right. It's like a 50-50 proposition. Yeah. So maybe
So 15, you're betting on him being a guy that gets something approaching 30 quarterback hits.
I'm with you, though, on BTJ being the number one option here. And in part because look how slow of a start he got off to last year, right? And now, granted, new coaching staff, new scheme, and all this, new pieces around him. Will Travis Hunter detract at times? Travis Hunter's probably going to have a big day or two, right? And he'll be the star pass catcher. But also, if that happens, then, you've got to balance out the way you defend this passing game. You look at it last year, and if nothing else is going right, Mac Jones, just throw the ball 10 times, 12 times, 15 times in Brian Thomas's direction. So whether it's Trevor, whether it's Nick Mullins, he's going to get force-fed the football.
They've spent an entire offseason coming up with a game plan for BTJ.
What was the shirt, Humble Not Hype, yesterday? Like, I think Brian Thomas, and I don't think it's like, I think he and Travis Hunter get along great, but you're Brian Thomas, you're probably like, man, there's a lot of attention being paid to this guy. What about this guy? Me, this guy right here, pointing at myself.
Like he did all last year, though, the talking will be on the field. That's his personality.
Absolutely. Yeah. Look, and here's the thing. Brian Thomas can miss games just like Trevor can, right? But Trevor has. And if you look at the jump, and I understand why people are voting here. You look at the jump that Baker Mayfield made in his career, going from 28 as a high to 41 last year. It's definitely possible. And you hear a lot of similarities. I mean, that's a team that wanted to run the ball as well. And you talk about pass is what we do. Well, look, they really got that offense humming in the second half of the season. Keep in mind, they lost Chris Godwin after, about 6-7 weeks, right? They lost Mike Evans for a 3-game stretch while Godwin was out, and Baker still put up those numbers. So I get why people are leaning into Trevor Lawrence and the 30 touchdown passes. Denmark, where did your vote go on this one today?
BTJ, 1,500.
All right, so we're all there.
Yeah, I just think, if he gets a couple more balls thrown to him last year, earlier in the season, I think he would have gotten really close to that.
What was the number again? How
many
yards?
1283.
But what did he have?
93 in the first quarter.
93 yards in the first quarter of games.
Yeah.
So basically 1,200 yards in the other quarters of games. Now, it's not always going to work out exactly the same way, but if you take that pace for quarters 2, 3, and 4, and we hope, again, as we stated, one great change, we hope this coaching staff is smart, Tony.
Right.
Lean in and force feed your best, right? Don't wait until a third, 2/3 of the season is gone to realize, no, Brian Thomas can handle whatever volume we throw his way.
Yeah.
Extrapolate that out, what he did in quarters 2, 3, and 4, that's a 1,600-yard year.
Right.
It's still pretty lofty.
That's a big year.
Right, it's a big year.
Like, that's a monster year in the National Football League.
Be one of the top 2 or 3 in Jaguar history.
No doubt.
If it were to happen.
And he'll be among the top 2 or 3 in the league if he does it. Right? Like, that's where that'll...
As he kind of was last year.
Right. Like, that's where it'll land him if he has that kind of year. I did, looking at this a little bit this morning, too, I forgot that in 2023, the Jags had 2 players with 4 interceptions. Right? Like, this is not that long ago.
Right.
That they accomplished that. It was Andre Sisco and Darius Williams had 4 interceptions in 23. Right? So it's not that far in the past. It feels a long time ago when you had 9 turnovers forced in an entire season. Right? Like, it just stretches time when it comes to some of these things. But it's not that long ago, and neither of those guys are exactly guys that you look at as having been turnover machines to this point in their careers, right? But they had really good years, and we've already seen Tyson Campbell with the 3. That's why I have that ahead of the Trayvon one in my head, because I think that's more likely than Trayvon being, and I do think these numbers are correlated, then I don't expect Trayvon Walker to be a 30 quarterback hit guy. I don't think that's quite where he is at this point in his career. I think he's a 20-25 quarterback hit guy, which is why I expect him to be 10 to 12. That's where I expect him to be at the end of this year. But 15 is big number. That's a really big number.
I think if I were choosing what I want to have happen in this, Trevor's number 1.
Yep.
Because Trevor's thrown 30 plus. He's having the best season of his career, and all boats will rise, right? The sea will rise.
Probably does the 1,500 at the same time.
Even if he doesn't do the 1,500, he's going to do just fine, right? If Trevor's throwing 30 touchdowns. Then Brian Thomas with the 1,500, because then you've got a true tilt the field defensively. When the defensive coordinator puts in the Jaguar film, you're like, we've got to stop this guy.
Yeah.
And if he's doing it anyway, in those circumstances, it opens up so much.
No doubt.
For everybody else. That means the running game is probably doing better than it has, right? Because then, you've got balance and people just can't load up well as long as we stop the deep ball here. As long as we stop Brian Thomas Jr., we basically neuter that offense. So that would be 2. I think I'd prefer Trayvon to have the 15 sacks to any player having 4 interceptions. Look, turnover, you get the ball, right? But 15 sacks, you're probably going to create a lot of havoc. You're going to get a lot of pressures, a lot of quarterback hits. You're going to pop the ball loose a few times. Some of those will result in turnovers as well. So I would choose it to be Trevor, BTJ, Trayvon, and the defensive player with 4 picks. But we'll take them all. There's no law.
No.
That says we can't have all that. Is it likely? No, probably not. But that's why we ask these questions to see where you're at. So 52% going with Trevor, about 30% on Brian Thomas, 11% with a player with 4 interceptions, 7% going with Trayvon getting the 15 sacks. Speaking of Trevor Lawrence, let's hear a couple of thoughts. He spoke after practice today as well, and recently said on a podcast that it is go time, and he was asked, what did he mean by that?
It's obviously the preparation, the work you put in the offseason, and the stuff that's already been done. Now that we're at camp, it's not really necessarily the time to flip a switch. It's kind of been on since really post-surgery, recovery, trying to get back healthy, and learning the new system. All that stuff is put a lot of time in this offseason into making sure I'm ready to go this season. And I say that too because I have a lot of confidence in what we're doing here and the system, the staff, the new players we brought in, the guys that have already been here, like the culture, everything we're building here. I really have a lot of confidence and belief in what we're doing and that we're doing it the right way. And I think that, frees me up in a lot of ways and kind of allows me to say that and feel confident about it.
Yeah, it is go time. Look, we all know it's year 5. It's time to go for Trevor Lawrence. He can talk about that individually, team, whatever category you want to put it in. It's go time, right, for Trevor Lawrence. Put it where you want to put it. There's obviously a high expectation for Trevor here in Jacksonville. One more from Trevor Lawrence here. We'll get to more from what he had to say tomorrow here on the show. But he did evaluate what happened out at day 1 of training camp practice this morning.
It's better than the spring. I think for everyone, I speak for myself, but I assume, the offense feels very similarly. Just feels good to know the system and to hear the calls and to go play and to not think as much. Feels more like second nature. So a couple execution things, a couple plays that we missed, just a little bit that we're going to hit and we got to make moving forward. But that's always going to happen. It's never going to be perfect. So it felt good to get back on the grass, guys moving around, flying around, kind of get our bodies and minds back going. And it was a good first day, competitive, back and forth. Defense made some plays, offense made some plays, and it's kind of what you want. So build off that. And for us, just to continue to make all those contested plays, we got to treat them like those are all our balls. Either make the throw, make the catch, make the block, whatever it is, go make the play.
All right. So there you go. Yeah. Just starting things out here on the text line, Tony. This is based on the history. It's from a absolute Trevor hater. Okay, I mean, you could tell, like, everything is Trevor's trash. And recently asked, who would you rather have, Kirk Cousins or Trevor Lawrence? Okay, so they asked today, if Trevor is trash halfway through the season, do the Jags grab Kirk Cousins?
No.
No is the answer. But B, it would take a phenomenally bad performance, worse than anything we've seen from Trevor Lawrence, to get himself benched, okay?
Yeah.
And for them to go out and get a guy whose cap hit this year is $40 million that hasn't been in the system, and who knows where he is physically and what his capabilities are, on a team that, if Trevor has played that badly by midseason, you're not in the playoff. I know they're not going to go get Kirk Cousins. Nick Mullins would be your guy, but he's not getting benched for Nick Mullins.
No.
People are delusional.
Yeah, there's that small, minuscule portion of the fan base that has this picture in their head of how bad Trevor Lawrence has been that doesn't come anywhere near matching the reality.
Delusional.
Right, of how bad he's been. That's not to say that he's been what we expected him to be, that he couldn't have been better, that there aren't things that haven't happened that I expected to happen at this point in Trevor Lawrence's career. I'm not saying that any of those things aren't true, but I don't think he's as miserably bad as some people seem to think he is. There is no evidence to support that except your opinion. That's all you have to write that kind of story is, I think he stinks. Prove it. I think he does. Prove it. But I think he does. Not enough. Like, it's just not anywhere near enough.
Yeah, and I don't know what the particular obsession is with Kirk Cousins, who, not healthy or hasn't been.
Right.
And
are we talking Kirk Cousins 5 years ago? That
Kirk
might be a
last
much
year
more.
threw 18 touchdowns,
Right.
16 interceptions. Trevor's never had a ratio that bad.
Like Kirk in his prime, there'd be a real discussion that we could have about those two guys.
Yeah, 2021.
Right.
Sure.
Like, it's been a while, though, since that kind of thing being brought up would be like, oh, that's something to think about. Right now, it's, what are you talking about?
And then on the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures, like, why do you think this is what I would choose to make up a lie about? Sure, you gave Emmitt Smith a hard time about Dum Dum. Like, don't believe me. Tony is like the most honest person I know. Okay, we've told this little anecdote 25 times over the years. We probably did it live to Emmitt during that week.
That's how we got him on.
Right. We're like, hey, sit down. You keep taking our candy.
Yeah.
And because every time he came by, we were like, Emmitt, you got 5 minutes? And he was like, oh, man, I'm busy. I'm busy. But thanks.
He finally had to tell. He told his handler who was trying to drag him to the next thing. He was like, I've been going by these guys' table all the time. It's like, I got to sit down.
Honestly, if you have that little faith in my honesty that you think I would make up anything, but something as stupid as that, don't listen to this program ever again.
It's crazy.
Honestly, just go away. I mean, your point, and I know exactly who this is. It's like of all the things, you think that was some kind of humble brag or anything? Like, are you kidding me?
It happened.
Weird. All right. So anyway, appreciate Coach Campo hopping in today, and of course Bucky Brooks as well. It's great to see everybody out there. See all those fans packing it out. JP Shadrick having a sweat in the sun, explaining to everybody what's going to transpire. But back out there again tomorrow, and then we'll be doing the show out there live on Friday. So if you see Tony and I, if you get out there early, I don't know what time we're going to arrive, but I'll be there before the start of practice, and the drill will be setting up shop. I think we're going to be on the upstairs deck at the Miller Electric Center, but not 100% certain about that. But regardless, look forward to being out
somewhere.
there. Yeah, look forward to being out there. Who we got coming up from primetime, man? Where's Big Sur at?
Joe C.
We got Joe C.
Locale.
All right. I did not know if we were going up to, where is he? Up in Charlotte right now? So
North Carolina.
Let's welcome him in.
Now, the 2-minute drill on 1010XL.
All right, Joe Coward, indeed. It's been a long time, Joe C., since we conversed on these airwaves. How are you?
It's the truth. Back to noon, baby.
I know. I love it, man.
Yeah.
So how's ACC Media Days treating you so far?
Yeah, ACC kickoff up in Charlotte, dude, as you well know, it's just nuts. It's crazy. And Mike Norvell's in the building. We won't talk to him until after our show is over.
Okay.
But we'll definitely make sure that we get him on. But the cool thing about it, Mike, is Andrew Luck, Ron Rivera, Craig James, all these guys that we've seen and talked to all have an angle or a tie to the ACC, which I don't think we would have said those guys that I just named and Bill Belichick would be part of the ACC in 2025. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is kind of nuts, man. Of course, down on this end of things, your cohort, Leon Searcy, saw him out there at Jags training camp. Joe, hope always springs eternal on the first day of camp.
Oh, you better believe it. And I did want to report, did Fan Cam, did he come through?
I have a vat of chili for the fellas here, and he did stir-fry filet mignon.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Because, listen, I was really busted about this in Fan Cam, and he's probably listening right now, and I can still taste that 11 or 13 spice chili. Yeah, there you go. I can still taste it.
Man, it's delicious, and as good as their 30th anniversary, man. It's a cool tradition
so
we have.
Awesome.
I mean, great if we had 30-year tradition of winning, right? So let's embark on that this season. But Joe will be listening for all the latest from ACC kickoff and everything on the Jaguar front as well. So have a great show today, buddy.
All right, guys. Thank you.
All right, there he goes. Joe C. out there. I think Matt Hayes still out in Vegas with the Big Ten media days as well. So, all right.
Do you think he gambles?
Do I think Matt Hayes gambles?
Yeah.
I think everyone who goes to Vegas gambles. Like, even if you're not a gambler, you're going to go to the nickel slots or something.
I'm not a gambler, but if I went to Vegas, I'd play blackjack somewhere.
You'd play blackjack, $5 hands for $100 or whatever, right?
It's like I'm going to go lose this money, but I'll have fun doing it.
I think yes. So I would say my guess is yes. There is some gambling involved. Shocking gambling. Who thought gambling would be going on in this establishment? All right. Dylan has no idea what that's from.
What?
Yeah, exactly. All right. Tomorrow, more Jags training camp coverage as the beat rolls on. XL Primetime coming up, and the full menu of shows coming your way today. For Tony Smith and Dylan Denmark, again, thanks to Dave Campo and Bucky Brooks for joining the program today. Glad we could bring you some thoughts from the head coach and quarterback of your Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm Mike Dempsey. Back at it again tomorrow from 10 to noon on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Maxwell House coffee will live on forever.
Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Andersen Custom Windows and Doors Studios of